Sometimes a different new market takes a different and new approach.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm Jennie Wolek with the Wolek Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And actually, this isn't really a new approach. It's an old idea and strategy that we used to use in the old days, as I say, and my team laughs and rolls their eyes at me. But when you've been around a while, you've gone through different markets and you have used different strategies to help your clients through the new market. So one idea that I am revisiting with our team is talking about the reverse offer. Now, I know some of you have probably run this before and it didn't work out. Well, that's okay. I just want to share with you the idea about it because it could help you have really powerful conversations with your clients. They see that you are proactive and they see that you're creative and that you're all in on helping them get their home sold. So this is when you have a listing that isn't selling like as fast as it used to. So first off, the most important thing inside of reverse offer is that you have a client, a seller client, and you have educated them on the reality of today's market. The reality of today's market, most likely for you and all of us, is that the days on market is a little bit more than it was, and that the number of showings are fewer. You have that explained to the clients and they understand that that's what's going to happen. Now, whenever you got to the point of a reverse offer, you would need to have a couple other things happening. First off, a buyer has to come and have some interest in the property. You for sure know there's interest if they come back for a second showing. And then hopefully after each showing, you are calling and having a conversation with that buyer agent to see what kind of interest they have. If this is a legit buyer, really motivated and just kind of on the fence about whether now is the right time to make an offer, they're uncertain about the market or uncertain about that property specifically, then you want to be a great partner with that buyer agent and overcoming all those objections for them. Now, the next part is making sure that your seller is on board for this little bit of creativity. So what ends up happening when you have a ready, willing, and able buyer, but they're just kind of on the fence with making an offer for your seller, you have a conversation with your seller about this idea of a reverse offer. So how it would sound is something like, okay, so with the slowdown in the market, we're seeing fewer showings, so we know that each of them is really important. So why don't we get a little creative here and make an offer to the buyer? And your seller's going to say, wait, what? That sounds different. And you're like, yeah, I know, because I'm really creative and I want to get your home sold. So let's do whatever we can to make that happen. So you're going to share with the seller some ideas. So one thing we could do is write an offer up. We can really put it in writing. That makes it official rather than a verbal offer. And write in what the seller would be willing to take to get their home sold right now. Put in all the terms, put in the dates, put in concessions, whatever you need to do to make it a bona fide offer to present to the buyer agent. Now, your buyer agent on the other side may be a little confused, so you of course need to share how this works with them, and they might be up for the idea as well. Because here's what happens. First and foremost, you could just get the house sold. You could make a deal happen that otherwise wasn't going to happen right then. Maybe it moved the process forward a little bit. Another thing that could happen is you have a counter offer. Well, maybe those terms don't work exactly for that buyer, but they are interested in having a conversation and getting it together. And then lastly, the other thing that could happen is it doesn't sell. It doesn't work out. That buyer says, no, I'm moving on. And guess what? You're still at a great place with your seller. You've shown them you care. You've shown them you're creative. You showed them that you're going to do whatever it takes to get their home sold. And they have shown you all their cards. They have revealed what their bottom dollar is right now to get their home sold. So now you have an honest conversation with them. Well, you were willing to sell your home at this price to this buyer. Let's go ahead and make that price adjustment and try and get some other buyers interested. How's that sound? So maybe this reverse offer is something you could start practicing now. As the seasonality happens here for us, we know that the number of showings are going to decrease. Let's get creative and help our clients. What do you say? Let me know your thoughts on that and any other ideas you have in helping our sellers get their home sold. Talk to you later. Bye.